There may be a new Mafiaboy in Canada.
And more reasons on why Intel bought McAfee. This and a lot more on the High Tech Countdown. Hi, I'm Shane Schick, Editor-in-Chief of IT World Canada.
And I'm Paul Delibletto, the editor of CDN Computer Dealer News. Shane, as you know, I was away last week, sequestered at Disney World, and I totally missed that huge announcement from Intel. They bought McAfee for almost $8 billion.
It took a lot of people by surprise, including me, first thing when I walked in the morning. Still a lot of people trying to figure out what this deal means. A lot of people are describing it as the marriage between software and silicon. Other people are suggesting that maybe it's a little bit more pragmatic than that, that maybe it's a case of Intel trying to get closer to the government market where McAfee has a lot of its customers. McAfee's CEO Dave DeWalt gave his own take on the deal. Take a look.
The reputation of Intel is legendary. I mean, I find the innovation, the research, development, the commitment over the years is fabulous. And for McAfee, you know, we're pleased to be a part of that. What you said as well, connected devices are exploding. Yeah. As the movement of the new internet from IPv4 to IPv6 changes, we're going to trillions of devices over time, right, and security is really important as a part of that. Yeah. So we share a similar vision, we share innovation, and it's exciting.
You know, Shane, when I got back in the office, I couldn't believe this deal went through. I mean, it didn't make any sense to me. So when these deals don't make sense, in my mind, I look at the money angle. And Intel has a lot of cash on hand, and that's doing nothing for them in the bank. So why not go out and buy a really well-run company that's profitable, a leader in its industry? So this, to me, looks to be one of those stories that, you know, it's all about maintaining and increasing shareholder value. But let's take a look at what Renee James of Intel had to say about the acquisition.
Security is really important across our existing businesses, both in the data center and the connection, you know, through the network to the data center and cloud, as well as obviously in your PC today. And as the PC market continues to expand, continues to be a great business, security is increasingly a consideration for all users. But you know, as we've been talking about and have made other software acquisitions, you know, is our growth businesses around mobile devices, embedded devices, and consumer electronics. All of those billions of devices are going to be connected to the internet, and all of them are going to need security.
Canada may have produced its second Mafiaboy after a Saskatchewan teenager managed to bring down a New York chat site. The RCMP's Technological Crime Unit arrested 19-year-old Ryan Devin Lee and charged him with data mischief and possession of a device to commit a computer offense.
Well, this is the long arm of the law, and it's the Mounties, and they always get their man, in this case a boy. But I think this is really positive news. Really what surprised me was that the RCMP has a tech crime unit. I knew that Interpol had one, and and lots of other law enforcement agencies don't have one. It looks like the Canadians are really taking cybercrime really seriously, and the apprehension of this teenager is a good sign, and it's a good sign for the security industry for sure. Now, whether this fellow becomes the next Mafiaboy, I'm not sure, but just like all other hackers in their old age, they do get reformed, and Mafiaboy did, and I'm sure Mr. Lee will as well.
Well, you know, I think there's been a technological crimes unit for a while. I think one of the issues is that a lot of their work isn't really that publicized. You know, in terms of this particular case, I mean, yeah, I guess it's great that they did it, but to me there's so much else going on in terms of what we've been hearing about the potential of organized crime moving into kind of cyber attacks, that to me, bringing down a chat site, I think we could use one less chat site in the world.
Sure enough. The CEO of a Taiwanese LCD flat panel manufacturer, AU Optronics, his name is Lei-Ju Chen, also known as Dr. Chen. He's been barred from the U.S. Department of Justice from leaving the United States. He faces felony charges in relation to an LCD price-fixing scheme that started around 2003. And the feds have basically told him, you ain't going nowhere.
I feel like this kind of stuff happens all the time in this segment of the industry. It just seems like there's always either rumors of price fixing or some kind of underhandedness going on. I just can't understand why we still see this problem resurface again and again.
Well, you see, Shane, there's over 50 manufacturers of flat panel screens. It's a cutthroat business, and price fixing is something that just occurs. And in the Taiwanese and South Asian markets, this is sort of like commonplace. But it's really bad news for the channel and the marketplace here in North America. And you know, it's a good move on the Fed's part to keep Dr. Chen here, because if he leaves, they ain't never going to see him again. And good luck trying to find him in Asia.
Most of us spend more time than we would care to in meetings, and a company out of Mountain View, California called Anybot Inc. is trying to solve that problem. For $15,000, they offer you a robot that will actually act as your avatar and take your place in a meeting. Let's take a look. All you need is a web browser, and you can interact with the whole office, lab, factory, or warehouse. The Anybot robot has a head with 2 eyeballs, one for the user's view, and the other that is pointing to the floor so that the user can direct the robot like a remote-controlled toy car. The head also has a screen so that your coworkers can view you.
You may think this is crazy, but I think this product's going to be. I think this product's going to be successful. You know, like I said earlier, I was in Disney World, and I couldn't believe how many people just can't deal with the slightest inconvenience. I saw so many people, able-bodied people, on these motorized scooters. You can rent them for $25 a day. So why not have a robot to take your meeting if you can't be bothered to show up to work? I also read on their website that they have one robot that can do dishwashing. Now, I have a dishwasher and it costs a lot less than $15,000, but who knows, maybe people are getting lazy and they just can't put their dirty dishes in the dishwasher these days.
And people are getting lazy, but I'll look forward to when they can create a robot that can take my place on the High Tech Countdown.
No, we need you here, Shane. And that's all for me. For the High Tech Countdown, I'm Paul Dummy-Bleddo for CDN Computer Dealer News. Thanks for watching.
And I'm Shane Schick for IT World Canada. Thanks for watching.